If the Chinese citizens captured by the Ukrainian Defence Forces at the front were part of the Chinese army, Beijing should be sanctioned, activist and executive director of the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance on China, IPAC, Luc de Pulford, told the Telegraph. This is an authoritarian axis in action: North Korea, China and Russia. If these were mercenaries, it is important to understand that this means China is tolerating citizens who support Putin's illegal war on the ground, continuing a conflict that is killing innocents and destroying democratic alliances. If these were Chinese army soldiers, then there must be swift and meaningful coordinated sanctions, he explained. The publication noted that a video of alleged Chinese mercenaries fighting on the side of the Russian Federation in its war of conquest against Ukraine appeared on social networks last month. Presumably, it was filmed in Selidov, Donetsk Oblast. The footage showed East Asian soldiers painting graffiti similar to Chinese characters on the interior walls of a damaged house. It is noteworthy that the equipment and clothing of these soldiers was identical to that in which Russian army soldiers have been seen in recent months. In addition, on the right shoulder of one of these soldiers, a chevron with the inscription "Bars" was noticed. This is the abbreviation of the Russian Army Reserve since the full-scale invasion of Russia in Ukraine in February 2022. It has turned into a network of irregular units. Russian media claims that BAR's fighters have an uncertain legal status. They are unofficial volunteers, although they signed a contract with the Russian Defense Ministry. Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski published a video showing one of two Chinese soldiers captured by Ukrainian troops. These people have become evidence that another country is taking part in the Russian war against Ukraine. According to journalists, the truth may be more mundane. These people may be part of mercenary units recruited by the Russian armed forces. All this is happening against the backdrop of what the authors of the article call the battle for the White House's attention. Earlier, the US identified the military priority as containing a Chinese invasion of Taiwan and preparing for victory in a potential conflict with Beijing. Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, said that Vladimir Putin will be just a small chapter in the history of the 21st century, and the rest of the time will be taken up by America's titanic competition with China. It is not surprising that Zelensky, trying to regain America's lost support, will do everything possible to prove that these two theaters cannot be so easily separated. The authors of the article state, on April the 8th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reported that in the Donetsk region, Ukrainian military personnel captured two Chinese citizens who took part in the war on the Russian side. Ukrainians entered the battle in the Donetsk region, Tarasovka, Belogorovka, with 6 Chinese soldiers, 2 in captivity. Accordingly, there are documents, there are their passports, there are even credit cards. These are citizens of China, Zelensky said. According to him, there are significantly more Chinese citizens in the ranks of the Russian occupation forces.
Russian air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 158 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles over a number of regions last night, the Russian Defense Ministry press service reported. Drone attacks have hit 11 Russian regions since the evening of April 8, the Defense Ministry reported. Air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 158 Ukrainian aircraft-type UAVs in 10 hours, the Defense Ministry reported. The attack lasted from 8 p.m. on April 8 to 6 a.m. Moscow time on April 9, the department clarified. Most of the drones were shot down over the territory of Krasnodar Krai, 67. Another 29 drones were shot down over the territory of Rostov Oblast, 15 over the territory of North Ossetia. During the period from 2000 hours Moscow time on April 8 to 6 o'clock Moscow time on April 9, air defense alert systems intercepted and destroyed 158 Ukrainian fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles, 67 UAVs over the territory of Krasnodar Krai, 29 UAVs over the territory of Rostov Oblast, 15 UAVs over the territory of the Republic of North Ossetia-Alania, 11 UAVs over the territory of Voronezh Oblast, 10 UAVs over the territory of Kursk Oblast, 5 UAVs over the territory of Belgorod Oblast, 3 UAVs over the territory of the Republic of Crimea, 2 UAVs over the territory of Penza Oblast, 1 UAV over the territory of Saratov Oblast, 1 UAV over the territory of Oryol Oblast, 1 UAV over the territory of Stavropol Krai, 7 UAVs over the waters of the Sea of Azov and 6 UAVs over the waters of the Black Sea, follows from the report. Later, the Russian department noted that air defense systems on duty intercepted and destroyed 4 Ukrainian aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles over the territory of the Orenburg region. In addition, 2 Ukrainian aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles were intercepted and destroyed over the territory of the Nizhny Novgorod region. Acting governor of the Orenburg region Yevgeny Solntsev reported that today Russian Air Defense Forces repelled an attack by an aircraft-type UAV on a military airfield in the region. There are no casualties or damage, he wrote on his Telegram channel. Meanwhile, the acting governor of the Rostov region, Yuri Slyuser, reported that, in Oksai, in an apartment building on Platov Street, 74, a crashed UAV of an airplane type was found on clotheslines. There are no casualties among people and no damage to the building structures. However, due to the threat of a possible detonation, residents were evacuated. At the moment, all residents of the 48 apartments in the building have been evacuated, he wrote on his Telegram channel. Slyuser noted that since the evening, UAVs have been destroyed in Novoshakhtinsk, Donetsk, Zernograd, Taganrog, Kamensky, Neklinovsky, Chertkovsky, Tarasovsky and Milarovsky districts. The head of the Republic of North Ossetia, Sergei Menyelo, reported the destruction of 15 drones.
Вот въебало.
Вспышка была видна.
Гандоны.